What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Glad to be here. Thanks for joining me. What's going on? Glad to be here with y'all. What is the good word? Why are you going to do me like that, badges? All right, starting that over. What's going on, people on Facebook and YouTube? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Gonna just jam on a couple things. Normal stuff. Just felt like it was a good time to share some things. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I'm just getting my Instagram set up. What's up, Thomas? How you doing? What's up, Tara? How are you? Thanks for being here. Yo, what's going on, Instagram people? What's up, YouTube and Facebook people? Thanks for being here. Thanks for tickling the bag. You know what it is. You know how we do it out here. First of all, what's good, Corn Pop? First of all, I'd like to start by first saying to everybody that I had a chance to meet this past weekend in St. Louis at First Form Summer Smash. It was a true pleasure and an honor to meet all of you. To everybody that I got to meet out there that came up and said what up. Proud to announce that nobody was weird. One gentleman yelled Pompeo at me, which was amazing. I got a Pompeo. I got the Pompeo that I'd always been looking for. And everything was great. It was a phenomenal experience. I met a lot of really cool people, and it was just like yet another validation that all the good things and all the hard work that so many people are doing, that it actually makes a difference, and people are so appreciative in real time. So if you're on the fence about speaking out yourself and about talking about the things that you think are important to you, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and do so. Sorry, I'm just gonna let the dog do his thing. All right, buddy. So it was very cool. It was really cool. It was really cool meeting people in real life that have been following along. I took a lot of pictures, met a lot of awesome people. So it was really awesome. So if I had a chance to meet you over the weekend, thank you so much. I reposted all the pictures that I saw that got tagged of me, all the accounts that were public. But just to anybody that came up to me and said what up, thank you so much. It was a great honor to meet you guys in real life, and I will certainly be showing up in more places in the very near future. So I had an amazing time. So thank you to everybody that said what up, and thank you to you guys for being here. What's up, corn bags, corn flakes, bags of rice, bags of garbage? I have a couple things to zap about. I'm going to headbutt this microphone. I'm going to jump over a bridge. I'm going to do a somersault into a pile of garbage that's on fire, and that's how it is. You know how we do it here. That's how I like to play it. That's how the Sasalado universe operates and lives. So here we go. Here's a couple things I want to talk about. First off, the name, the title that I made on the YouTubes and the Book of Faces, you have to pick a title before you go on to this queef. So I made the title, "Is everyone seeing this?" or whatever. I felt like it was a pretty solid illustration of my feelings about things. But what I really wanted to talk about was a couple things. Specifically, I wanted to talk about BitClam and cryptocurrencies. I wanted to talk about Canada, aka China. I wanted to talk about an incident that happened here in my home city of Fort Lauderdale. And I wanted to talk about the latest. I wanted to talk about the latest queef theory, which is probably where I'm going to kick off today's broadcast, because it's so stupid. And like, I understand that a couple of queefs will be like, "Yo, trust the flan, bro. Like, trust the, like, you're part of your controlled opposition, bro." And it's like, that's fine. Like, if you want to think that I've just been executing this flan with like my actual human face and just like on here screaming into my phone every night as part of some controlled opposition, then tickle my bag, Bean Sprout, because you think I'm playing 700 dimensional upside down underwater chess hanging from a Black Hawk. Pompeo's my uncle, and I'm just some pawn. But the reality is, I'm just a guy that yells in his phone. So do whatever you want, think whatever you want, tickle my bag. I don't care. No super secret government freaking spy plant, whatever, could come up with things like a bag of rice. Who the hell says stuff like that? No government-sponsored freaking plant could ever say some shit like that. Nobody would ever, they would never be able to come up with that. Like, let's be honest. They're just like, then say bag of rice. It's like, oh, sick. Look, this is a good idea. Like, we're all just like sitting around a long, like just a very long mahogany table at CIA headquarters. And they're like, then say beanbag. Then come up with different words for grundle. Go on at 10:30 at night and tell them you're going to kick him in the bag. It's like, yeah, that'll really resonate with today's youth. It's like I'd be on TikTok with a nose ring and pink hair, but whatever. You get it. Anyhow, anyways, great. And like, look, I appreciate people that seek the truth. I appreciate people that are trying to look deep. I appreciate people that are going for it, that are like, yo, trust the flan, like Donnie's in a pineapple under the sea. Like he lives 700 yards under the Capitol building in a super secret, top secret bunker, and he's gonna come up, he's gonna time travel up with Elon Musk. Him and Nikola Tesla are gonna take an elevator to the top of the White House. They're gonna arrest Joe, Krusty, the whole thing, Pelosi. They're gonna hit Pelosi with a piece of wood, and she's gonna evaporate as soon as the sun hits her skin. It's like, I get that, but I don't know. Like, maybe, but probably not, Bill. But whatever. I digress. You guys already know my stance on that one. But anyways, here's the thing that really tickled my bag today. As I said, I've been seeing this not only just today, but I've been seeing this in the recent past. And I got to admit, I was just like, wow, like credit card my grundle, because I never really thought that anybody was going to come up with this freaking cracked out theory. And I was like, what is it, Hunter? But it wasn't. The new theory, which is just a true bag tickler, just a kick to the dirt star, is that apparently Joseph Baseman and apparently Fauci, our Lord and Savior Fauci, the most important man apparently to ever walk the earth, is some type of clone or some type of mask-wearing body double or something. And I was like, bro, no. Like, no. And the first rebuttal is like, bro, haven't you seen the new Transformers, bro? They can do crazy stuff with CGI, bro. And it's like, dog, no. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not like, sorry, like, I'm not the authority on things, but no, but whatever. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't take my word for it. I'm just saying no, but probably not, but maybe, but probably not. So whatever, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. But like, yo, these theories don't even make sense, chap. It's like, bro, you mean to tell me that this whole time, even with Denal Baseball, Donnie Ballpark, the freaking, and all these queefs, and the queef, they posted about Joe falling on the stairs in 2014, bro. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. What an inconsequential, stupid thing to know 3 years in advance. That also assumes that Joe intentionally fell. Look, I'm not a Hollywood actor, Jack, but that old doddering fool did not intentionally fall on those stairs. Like, are you dumb? Nobody's that good of an actor. And also, this guy's like 1,000. It's like, they knew. So you mean to tell me that some queef knew in 2016 something so inconsequential, like falling up the stairs, that they were like, all right, listen, after we execute on 1,000 plans and 97% of them are wrong, Joe's going to trip walking up the stairs on this date tomorrow. What happened tomorrow? Oh, let's plan it 3 years in advance. And then when Joe's apparent supposed body double was climbing these stairs to a CGI green screen at Amazon headquarters and wherever the hell you guys think that this shit is actually going on, you're telling me that they were like, Joe, or whatever, his name's Bill, or his name's like fucking Chad, or whatever, something stupid, because these theories are fucking dumb as shit. It's like, oh, they were like, all right, listen, like, we posted on the queef board because of a super secret, top secret, underground military intel 6 years ago on a queef message board for every idiot to look at. You need to fall up the stairs because it was written, bro, because Donnie time traveled here with Tesla. Starlink, it was written 2016. It's like, shut up. Like, you are distracting otherwise well-meaning people that have some form of intelligence, and you're making them believe that they planned an up the step trip 3 years ago. Like, you're dumb. I'm just saying, like, no. I'm just saying maybe, but no. But like, maybe, but probably not, Jack. I'm just saying that's a dumb theory. It makes you look real dumb, but whatever. Oh, I saw it on a queef board in 2016. Here's the screenshot. It's like, bro, I have Photoshop. I could make it look like that was posted in 1824. It's like, look, Abraham Lincoln tweeted about this right before he got shot. It's like, sick. It's just like, and some freaking moron would be like, oh, bro, like, bro, they'd have a heart attack. They'd be like, bro, Clinton, like, it's like there wasn't internet, bro. They're like, no, like Tesla invented the phone. It's like Twitter, it was written. I saw it on a queef message board before I was born. It's like, you're dumb, dude. I'm just saying, it's like, stop doing that. I'm just like, I don't know. They're like, Joe's wearing a mask. If you zoom in real close, it's like, bro, like, do you know how pixelation works? Do you know how video compression, image compression, and Photoshop works? Like, any person on the planet of Earth could literally could literally take a video or take a photo, and if they have even the most basic computer knowledge, they could Google or DuckDuckGoober, and they could be like, oh, like photo editing software. They could edit the photo, be like, look at these queefs, and then just post it and be like, so, yo, like, he's wearing a mask. And it's like, or if they don't even have the capacity to do that, they could find a guy. You could go on Fiverr.com, and for $5, probably even less, $1, you could pay some dude in Indonesia to make it look like he's wearing a mask. Like, yo, you're dumb. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's so dumb. I wish you would pay attention to things that maybe could be true, but sorry, maybe, probably not, but no. But like, maybe, but also no. But whatever. Sorry for yelling, whatever. It's like, bro, it's like, Joe is a CGI. Look at, and then they'll show a side-by-side image of the two images. It'll be like, this is Joe in 1996. Look at his hair. Look at his skin. It's like, dog, I could show you a picture of yourself from 12 months ago where you look different, guy. Look at the crown of his head. It's like, bro, you could go on Photoshop and just go, yak, and then look at the crown of his head. The crown of his head? Shut up. Like, you stupid. Joe's a CGI. It's like, no, he's not. You're being distracted by shit that isn't real. Just because it could be real doesn't mean it's real. And here's how I'm just gonna spread your noose and just torpedo in there, Jack. Let me tell you this. You either believe one of two things, and there is no in between. And why everybody is so stupid about this stuff is because of this reason and this reason only. If you think that these people are so sophisticated that they did an upside down, backwards, 700-dimensional, 16 years in advance, time-traveling chess move where they made Joe a fucking clone, literally, you think that they cloned Joe and Anthony Fauci. You are so you really think that they were that far ahead of the ball, that they cloned these human beings to put them in front to lie to us like that, yet they can't figure out how to not get Joe to fucking gaff on television every single day. They couldn't figure out how to get him to not say, you ain't black on a recorded Zoom call. But they had the fucking wherewithal and the forward-thinking fucking sentiment to clone his body 30 years in advance. You're fucking stupid. You're so stupid. Oh my God. You're so dumb. I'm just like, sorry. Like, I'm sorry, but that's so stupid. That is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. And if you think that somebody is so smart that they're planning all this stuff in advance, yet they can't get Joe to not say the thing that's on his earpiece, they can't figure out how to get him to not, like, it's like, are you joking, dude? What do you mean? Like, yeah, they cloned him. Cloned him, bro? You really think they cloned him? And their best person to clone was Joe? That was who they cloned? And Fauci? They spent tens of millions of dollars, kept it secret for decades without anybody revealing the truth to give us Fauci and Joe? Like, what do you mean? That is so dumb. Yeah, you're controlled opposition, bro. You don't get it. And it's like, don't I, though? I'm just saying. You either believe they're playing 700-dimensional upside-down underwater chess with their hands tied behind their back on Starlink while they get abducted by the aliens, or you think that they're a bunch of incompetent jabrons that are barely holding it together with anything else. If the government can't figure out how to get you quickly through a line at the post office or how to make a small amount of profit at the postal service, you think they can figure out how to secretly clone a person 30 years in advance and then put them in front of us on a CGI stairwell? Like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they're so sophisticated that they thought of this 30 years in advance to clone the guy without anybody knowing. Are you out of your gourd? God, it's like, yo, and then people will post this and people will be like, oh, definitely, bro. CGI, bro. He's a hologram, bro. And it's like, yo, you're operating at a low tier, my guy. Like, you need to step your game up, perhaps. Like, what do you mean? Like, what is your home like? Did you have you vacuumed your living room recently? Like, look around. Like, you're just like, yeah, this is. It's like, look at the caliber of the person that's like reposting. It's like, I'm just saying, guy. I don't know, but it's like, do you have a discarded like fast food cup on the floor in your car? Go throw that out before you're like, this is definitely like a CGI mask on Joe. It's like, bro, like, go like clean the car. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's like, I think you have other things to focus on, Jack, before being like, let me broadcast this out. It's like, dog, let's broadcast this. It's like, no. And people are like, oh, you're against conspiracy. You're against thinking differently. You're against people trying to find out the truth. And I'm like, no, what I'm against is people posting stuff as if they know it to be true, like it's some type of fact when they have no idea. And just any rational person with a couple of Ojos and half a brain can be like, that doesn't even make sense, even if it was true. If I can out-logic something just by looking at it, then chances are it's not true, Jack. Not to mention the fact, why? It's like no one thinks about the why. Why would they do that? Yeah, I understand they're enacting this super crazy regime. If they had the wherewithal to clone this dude 30 years in advance, you think they would have needed to do all the ballot stuff? You think they would have needed to do all those shenanigans and hijinks? You think they would have needed to do every single thing that they did if they had a freaking clone? It's like, if they could clone, like, what are you even talking about? It's like, if they have the technology to pull something like that off, why wouldn't they just, it's like, they might as well, they could have cloned a new planet, and we would, like, I don't even know. It's like, oh yeah, they cloned. It's like, dude, give me a break, bro. Like, we can barely figure out how to deliver the freaking mail on time. Like, you can't figure out how to get a passport in less than 4.5 months. I applied for a trademark. It's going to take 13 months to approve a trademark, which is literally just words to approve words. And I paid thousands of dollars for it. It's like, I paid thousands of dollars. It's going to take 12 months for them to approve 2 words, yet they're cloning Joe in a test tube 30 years ago. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, he's wearing a mask. It's like, yeah, he's wearing a mask. He's a clone. Okay. I'm just saying, maybe, but probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Maybe, probably not. Like, I can't dismiss it because I don't know. I wish some of these people would be like, I don't know, but. Because if you preface these stupid posts that are completely clueless, that are completely detached from reality with, I don't know, but, then 90% of the people that look at it will be like, yep, that's probably not true, guy. But instead, they're just like, look, Joe is in a CGI at Iron Mountain. It's like, dog, I know a guy that's under a bridge in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's under a bridge. He's got the juice. He gives himself the juice every day at 2 p.m. It's like, his hair is down by his ankles because he uses it for warmth. He lives in a tent. It's like, dude, he was upside down military. He was an MI6 in 1964. It's like, no, dude. I have connections. I have a guy on the inside. That guy is a traitor guy. He's just like leaking. He's just like leaking these things to you consistently. And you're just like, yeah, I'm about to post it on Instagram. It's like, dog, that's not very American of you, but whatever. Yeah, let's just give our super secret, top secret intel to the guy under the bridge in Tulsa. It's like, yeah, he was former Marines. It's like, okay. All I have to say is, okay, but whatever. I have a guy. It's like, he's wearing a mask. It's like, is he wearing a mask though? Are you sure about that? Because that wouldn't make any sense, Jack. But okay, let's get this dead guy. It's like, dude, it's like, oh my God. Wouldn't you clone like a younger, more sharp, mentally sharp version? It's like, let's put him in. It's like, bro, the guy's like making gaffes all around the world. Like they can barely figure out how to keep him together in a press conference. Yet they can figure out how to test tube clone him 30 years in advance. Like, are you joking, guy? It's like, bro, I don't know, whatever. But whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just some. You don't like conspiracy. You don't believe Agenda 56, bro. Whatever. In other news, before I go into like a couple of weird things, I just wanted to take a little quick second here and just ask you guys a question, because I saw a couple of these over the weekend and I was like, what's that about? Don't take offense to this if you are a flight attendant, but I think that the job of a flight attendant, at least the vast majority of the tasks by a flight attendant, are the most antiquated and wasteful things that a person can do. And I'll tell you why. When you get on the plane, everybody gets on the plane. They walk through the front, whatever, right? Okay, great. I'm on Southwest and they go around and they give you a bag with a snack. Here's a snack. You got a pretzel, maybe a brownie cube, maybe a Cheez-It, perhaps a peanut. Great. Okay. And these people, adult human beings, well-paid human beings that can work there for sometimes decades at a time, retire there, healthcare, the whole thing, walk up and down the aisle halfway through the flight and hand you a bag of pretzels or a bag of peanuts and ask you, do you want a water, a Sprite, a Coca-Cola, or a tea? And you're like, oh, I'll have number one. What an antiquated and really stupid system, Jack. It's like, I don't even understand. It's like, in 4 seconds, I could think of a more efficient way for this to be done. Like, for example, put the freaking pretzels on the seats. Put them on the seats. You walk in, you go to sit down, there's pretzels. You pick the pretzel up, you put it in your lap. Pretzels, put them in the seat back pocket. Pretzels, great. Pretzels. You really need to walk around and hand the pretzels out. But you don't trust an adult human being to be able to regulate when they eat the pretzels. We have to wait till they get settled. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. So either give them the pretzels when they get on the plane, give them the pretzels just right on the seat, or maybe don't give them pretzels at all, or maybe just, I don't even know. It's just so stupid. Or give it to them in line, or like literally anything else, or just have a bucket and have them walk by and be like, if you want a pretzel, grab the pretzel from the sack. Pretzel sack in the thing. When you're waiting to walk in, people are putting the bags up top. They're putting them up in the thing. Everyone's like, oh. It's not like the most fast moving line, but I don't think that like somebody grabbing a pretzel on their way would really impede the ability for that line to move at a quick pace. I'm just saying that's antiquated. You don't have to get paid a full-time salary to hand out bags of pretzels. Has anybody ever not been home on Halloween? You leave a bucket. The bucket says, grab the candy, you chooch. Also, candy is a lot more valuable when you're dealing with children. These are adult human beings. You're saying that you don't trust an adult to maybe take 2 bags of pretzels? You just lost 14 cents. Like, who cares? Put a bag of the pretzels. Let me grab the pretzels. Or just, it's the stupidest thing. And I'm like watching them hand out, you want a pretzel? I'm like, it's like, I hate this. It's so stupid. And the whole, the aisle gets all clogged up. It's dumb. You get paid a salary. Like, I'm not trying to sleep on the freaking whatever flight attendants. I'm just saying that's a stupid thing that they do. And then they go around and they're just like, do you want a water? Do you want a Coca-Cola? Do you want a such and such? And then they take the order, which takes them to go all the way up the line and then all the way back up the line. And then they come back and they put them in these little cups that are just begging to be spilled. Every single can of those things are coming in a can. Just buy the half cans. Just buy little half waters. Water. Can. Why you got to put it in a plastic cup? First of all, that's wasteful as shit. Second of all, okay, I get it. The ice thing, okay, fine. Ice, yeah, maybe, but you could probably keep them cool. I'm just saying that doesn't seem like an extremely challenging thing. Like, oh, let's keep them cool. You have to keep the ice cool. I understand they have to keep a little bit less ice cool, but imagine the waste, the cost of the cups, the spilling. What if I want more than a half a sip? It's like, it's just so stupid. And the amount of time that it takes for them to go up and down the aisle. I feel like you could have one flight attendant, and that one flight attendant could literally, you could have a card, and literally the card could be like, I want a pretzel and I want a bottle of water. Boom, that's it. Come up, collect the card, or pass the cards together, or literally anything else that they do. Or just like you have a call button on the thing, press the call button if you want a pretzel. Don't press the call button if you don't want a pretzel, or literally anything. And then think about things, and then you want to go a little bit more technologically advanced. Okay, you can have a very, very, very small, inexpensive sensor on every single seatbelt that tells you when the seatbelt is buckled, when it's not. You can have a very small sensor on every single tray table that says when the tray table is down or when it's not. And just like that, it's like, guy in C3 that has his tray table up, put the tray table up. A light goes on. Here, the tray table lights up. Literally, you could just literally be like, skibbity bop. You would know on a thing. One person go on the iPad. Yep, this person's not buckled. This person's thing is down. This person's chair is not reclined. That's it. That would be it. And just like that, the problem is solved. Job eliminated. Well, it's just so stupid. And then they go in and they're like, this is how you buckle a seatbelt, and this is where the such and such is. It's like, you're telling me you couldn't record that shit and put it on a TV? Have somebody just hold the iPad. I would never want to keep doing that every single day. It's just like, it's so dumb. It's so antiquated and stupid and such a waste of time. Complete waste of time. I bet it's the most so inefficient. And you're paying these people, it's like $50,000 a year, and you're paying for their hotel at the destination where they get there. You're paying for food. You're paying so much stuff to have this person that literally spends 85% of the flight sitting in the chair up by the bathroom on their phone. That's all they do. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to sleep on people that are flight attendants. You're doing your job, like, get your coins, sis. I'm just saying, or men, or they, or whatever you are, these, or whatever. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, it's a super inefficient job. It's dumb. It's a waste of time. And I'm just saying, like, there's like 1,000 better ways to do that. And any person that spends 5 seconds on a plane is like, this is dumb. I'm just saying. It's like, I've been on enough planes that I'm like, this is really stupid. But whatever. I can feel the sweat dropping down my back. Oh, God. People are like, they disagree. Yeah, I mean, this is just an opinion. I'm not saying that this is a fact, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. Anyhow, I just think it's very inefficient. So whatever, tickle my bag. That's all. That's my thoughts on the flights. Whatever. Anyways. Rachel says, well, then it wouldn't be the friendly skies. Do you not like the human greeting? I don't care about the human greeting. I'm just saying, like, so I listened to this guy say, and the other thing is, like, they like tell jokes. They'll like tell jokes in the microphone. At least they do on Southwest. And they're like, like I got to St. Louis and they're like, oh, they're like, welcome to Mexico. And you're like, it's like, that's literally not that funny, but whatever. And like, I don't know, they have just so many funny quips that I just never even listen to because I'm listening to music or a podcast or watching TV or like literally doing anything, but whatever. Irene says, I think they're there mainly to keep the passengers in check. Yeah, like a 110-pound woman is going to keep 130 passengers in check, I guess. I mean, I understand what you're saying. And like, I'm not saying that there should be no flight attendants, safety, whatever. I'm just saying the things that they do are highly inefficient. And it just seems like an antiquated practice, the way that they go about doing things. Like, give me a little bottle and one of those little nub bottles, Jack. Like, I want water. Everyone wants a water. I'm just saying, I don't know. It just seems stupid. It's like you walk in, you grab the water, you grab a pretzel, you move on your way. But whatever. Yeah, like I hate automated crap too. Yeah, I understand that logic, but at the same time, it's like, wouldn't you rather take more flights per year? Wouldn't you rather your flight be more efficient, more on time, and be less expensive? Because I think I would. I would rather take more flights and not have to and not get a bag of pretzels. I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's antiquated. I'm not saying like I know the answer to the airline industry, like I'm some type of all worldly person. I'm just saying Joseph Baseman is not a clone. I'm saying Anthony Fauci is not a clone. He's not wearing a mask, and also the process of how flight attendants have to work on airplanes is highly inefficient and pretty dumb. But whatever, it's not their fault. They're doing their thing. Get your coins. I'm just saying, it's like whatever. It's just these are just my thoughts. I'm just saying whatever. Sorry. These are jokes on the comedy stream. Here we go. People are like, I take everything you say. I'm just saying, like, these are just my thoughts. Yeah, my Maria, you think they're clones? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're clones. You should rewatch what I said earlier. Yes, they cloned them 33 years in advance. Yet they can't figure out how to get him to not say what's on his earpiece. But yeah, I understand. Like, I get it, but whatever. In other news, comedy is freedom. Keep your elbow off my armrest. Yo, yeah, clones are possible, but yeah, aliens are possible too, but that doesn't mean that Anthony Fauci is an alien. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand lots of things are possible. I could fly. You can't prove to me that we can't fly. We might be able to fly. That is possible. It is possible that human beings could fly by using sound levitation. That is possible. Lots of things are possible. I'm just saying. It doesn't mean that it's true. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, look, guys, it's like, let's talk about something else. Yo, in other news, did you guys see that guy that got into a physical altercation on an airplane for fighting over an armrest? It's my spirit animal, guy. Did I get my own row? No, but on both flights, I had an elderly woman sitting next to me in the middle seat. So I lucked out both times, and they were both very kind and very sweet. I usually never get up to go to the bathroom on flights. I usually just can make it throughout the flight. It was only like 3 hours. But in this particular case, I was like, I got to take a piss. So I made her get up, and she was like, oh. It was like a whole thing. Like the guy stood up, she stood up. Like they were like, I was just like, oh God. I felt like I was really making them do a lot. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, deepest apologies. They were just like, oh no, like Harold, help me out. So I felt bad about that, but I always sit on the window. I'm A-list on Southwest, so I always get a window seat. I'm always in like the first 30 boarders or whatever. Thank you, Don Maureen, for the badge. I appreciate it. Bobby Trutholito, there we go. Yo, thanks to the people that bought the badges. Thanks, Chooks Official. Thank you, Varney R78, Max Public House, and Don Maureen for the badges on Instagram. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ryan Toddle says Bobby Trutholito. I feel that. All right, I'm gonna take a little left turn. So I've talked about this a lot of times. Somebody said, did I wear a diaper on the airplane? I wore a diaper on the airplane while I was visible to the person. But you can kind of like dip and kind of like hide in the corner, but whatever. I don't want to. I mean, you guys can figure it out. It's like when they're all sitting down and no one's around. It's like, I don't know. You can figure it out. I don't think I need to like give you any tips about that one. Same with the airport. When I'm in the airport, the only place that I diaper is in security and when I'm walking onto the plane. As soon as I get off the plane, not even before I get out of the bridge, I'm always like, it's a lot easier. No one cares. It's like a lot easier than people think, and yet nobody does it. And I'm just like, okay, but I don't care. I don't care what if you want to do whatever you want. I'm not gonna berate you for wearing the diaper. Do whatever you want, but I'm not interested, and no one's gonna say anything to me, so I don't care. So that's what I do. But whatever. Anyhow, this is what I wanted to talk about. Again, this is another one of the topics that I wanted to revisit again and again. Yo, what is going on right now in crypto queefs is pretty interesting, everyone. And I just want everybody to be reminded of a lot of the things that not only I've been saying, but Peter Schiff's been saying, and what lots of other people have been saying as it relates to cryptocurrencies. The greatest threat to cryptocurrencies is that the vast majority of them are not based on any objective value. They're not based on something like assets, property, intellectual property, employees, sales, revenue, or any of the traditional fundamentals of how a business is valuated. If you were to purchase all of the cryptocurrency or purchase all of the Bitcoins or whatever. You would just be paying out all of the people that hold these theoretical promises to pay at some point in the future that probably will not ever come for the vast majority of them. They're controlled. A large percentage of all of the cryptocurrency wallets in every cryptocurrency are held by a very small cohort of whales. Whales can easily and without much effort, not only collude together, but manipulate the price and plummet the price in any given market at any given time by simply just cashing out of their coins. So all you're doing is you're holding for some theoretical promise to pay that may or may not come. And the big risk that comes with all these cryptocurrencies is that you wake up one day and a major world economy says it's illegal to mine them, it's illegal to hold them, or it's illegal to transact in them. And just like that, poof, they're worth absolutely nothing overnight or next to nothing. And what's going to happen, which I've been saying for quite a while, is that this is going to happen in mass very, very quickly. And what's going to happen is even an article that I posted the other day, the CEO and founder, the co-founder of Coinbase, which is one of the largest cryptocurrency wallets, exchanges, whatever you want to call it, basically said that the vast majority of cryptocurrencies and NFTs are going to be worth nothing in 3 to 5 years. And if that guy is saying it, who's enriched himself off people following this hype and mania, if that guy is saying point blank in an article that this is the case, he's probably right. This guy probably knows more than every other person about crypto and how it's going to revolutionize the world. And it's this decentralized such and such. It's like, you really think the most powerful economies the world has ever known, that's figure out how to print money out of thin air and manipulate the entire world economy to their liking, is just going to let this stuff slide through the crack? Like, they're just going to let everybody just buy a bunch of BitClams and become the most rich people the world has ever known in the history of time? I don't think so. Every single person that has 5 Bitcoins is going to have $10 billion. I don't think so, Jack. What's going to happen is, as soon as it gets to a point, they're going to crash that mother and everyone's going to lose their ass. And what's going to happen is they're going to come crying back to daddy government for regulation. And they're going to go right back to the same institutions that they despised, that they thought that they were getting the leg up on. And they're going to cry mommy and daddy to them because they just lost their ass, because they just lost real money, because they got clapped. And then they're going to say, it was predatory. I didn't understand. And they're going to come crying about it. That's what's going to happen. Because the shit's not real. It's pure air. It's fool's gold. It's nothing. It's a scam. The vast majority of them are a scam. And I think a lot of them, the vast majority of them, are going to crash, crater, and be worth next to nothing. And today's news is that the China, which is the world's second largest economy, is basically all around clamping down on cryptocurrencies and investors, and they're starting to tank all of the prices by basically saying, hey, we're not going to allow you to mine these coins here. It's using up all this power. They're just going to crash and just bomb out the vast majority of these cryptocurrencies. So China is coming down on all these currencies. Bitcoin, all the major currencies crashed hard over the weekend. Bitcoin down 10%, Ethereum down 14%, XRP down 11.5%. The biggest loser of the meme currency, Dogecoin, dropped 28% in the last 24 hours. It's like, bro, that's not a store of value. That's a roulette game. You're gambling. And it's just like, don't mix up investing. Don't mix up investing, actual real investing, with rolling the dice at the casino, because that's what this is. In fact, you have a higher likelihood of winning by playing roulette than you do winning at cryptocurrency. And just because you make a little bit of money now doesn't mean you're going to make a little bit of money later. If anybody here has ever been to the casino, let me tickle your bag for a second and give you a little bit of a highlight of how it goes. When you play games at the casino, you oftentimes win very early on. You win, you get up, you get a little bit ahead of the game, and you start getting a little more aggressive, and then you get clapped. And then you're over at the ATM with a vodka soda in your hand, 4 drinks deep, thinking you got something for free, and you just lost 500 clams, Jack. And you're like, if I can only get back to where I just was, let me take out another 400 so I could get ahead. If you're lucky enough to get ahead again, you'll probably fly a little too close to the sun and end up getting clapped back to even. And then you're like, I gotta cash out. I'm even. I gotta cash out. But you're not even, because you already lost 500. You're just even on the second investment where you didn't lose your ass again. So I'm just saying, this is a game. If you think that all these people are so stupid that that 17-year-old kids just somehow foiled hundreds of years of currency, it's like, I don't think so, Jack. Some dude in his crib smoking a gorilla finger is like, yo, it's like, I guess, and I get it, and like I understand, and a lot of people are making money, but it's musical chairs, Jack, and don't be left holding the bag when the music stops. I'm just saying. Because it's going to get more expensive to transact. It's going to get more expensive to hold. It's going to get easier for the government to take it, which it already has done. They've gone to wallets and just stolen Bitcoins. You can't confiscate them. Oh, yeah? Well, they already did. They've done that multiple times. There's plenty of ways to do it. Every computer is crackable, Jack. You don't know where it's from. You don't know who has the back door. You don't know who it's financing. You don't know what evils it's allowing to perpetuate around the world. And it's much better to be with the devil that you know than the devil you don't. So be careful, you bags of rice. I'm just saying. I'm investing, and every single queef will post a chart of them making a quadrillion percentage points on BitClam or Garbage Coin or Titcoin or bag of garbage meme or whatever. And they're like, look, but they're not posting when it's cratering it down to nothing. Where are all those screenshots now? Where are the hodlers? Where are the to the moon people? To the moon, to the moon. The only people that are making real money are the people that are selling training courses and management courses and advice and investing advice on how to get into this game. They're making real, actual USD, fiat currency, fake bucks. They're making real, actual cash, and they're using that cash to buy things like their rent, like their car, like their mortgage payment, like their electricity. And a lot of those people that are just investing are doing hardly that. Whatever, though, I don't care. This is just my opinion. These are just my perspectives. I'm just trying to help people to not get clapped. You could believe otherwise. Only time will tell, you bags of garbage. I'm just saying, yeah, you probably could have made $100 million if you bought 50,000 Bitcoins 5 years ago. I get it. I'm just saying, like, be careful, Jack. And this is don't fall for the allure of the madness of crowds. Just because people are making money doesn't mean that you will. And right now, BitClam is at 30,000 a coin. They were saying it was going to be $1 million a coin. Like Elon Musk can take a poop and wake up on the wrong side of the bed and can crater the value of your money down by however many. It's like, I don't think so, Jack. Meanwhile, you have huge companies like MicroStrategy, for example, holding $3.46 billion worth of Bitcoin. They own more than 105,000 Bitcoins, which means that if MicroStrategy was actually right and the price of Bitcoin was to actually go up to $1 million a coin, they would just have like $1 trillion. And if they were so smart and so far ahead of the game, and MicroStrategy was so confident of this position, why would they have to be taking your money, investors' money, to do it? Why wouldn't they just buy it with their own money and just hodl to the moon and just make $100 billion? How much money does a person need? $1 trillion? I don't think so. So I'm just saying, be careful. These people are making money in a lot of different ways other than the hodling. And I just think that a lot of people are going to end up getting clapped by this. And I think that that's sad, because all those people that could be investing their money into real assets, real actual assets that would help them grow their life, that would probably benefit them throughout their entire lifetime, those people are squandering this precious time. And in a lot of cases, probably squandering their hard-earned money to pray and hope at the roulette table that they're going to make $100 million, which the vast majority of them probably will not. But whatever, do whatever you want. Like live your best life, get your coin, sis. I'm just saying, this is just my opinion. Whatever. Fauci is not a clone. I'm just saying. So whatever, do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just saying, probably not, Bill. But maybe, but probably not. On the other whatever, little pivot. The next thing that I wanted to chat about was which is a local home story that happened here in Fort Lauderdale, where the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, basically there was a pride parade. There was a pride parade in the nearby, neighborhood of Wilton Manors, which is a large gay concentration right outside Fort Lauderdale in South Florida. And our mayor, who is a publicly gay individual, came out because there was a crash at the parade where somebody, I guess, crashed a car into the parade and I think killed a couple of people or maybe injured a couple more people. And the news story is that he came out and said, this is clearly a terrorist attack against the LGBT community. This is disgusting. And this is why we are fearful of our lives. Our openly gay mayor, the openly gay elected mayor of Fort Lauderdale, next to one of the largest concentrations of gay people in the entire United States that have not experienced pretty much anything. This is one event that before the news and the facts came out, he's going to go out and say that this was clearly a terrorist act against the community. It's disgusting. And this is why we are fearful for our lives. And I was in St. Louis at the time, so I didn't watch this story unfold, but people were posting on Twitter. Thousands of people were posting, including blue checkmark people on Twitter, were posting and blaming this on Ron DeSantis and blaming it on Ron DeSantis's rhetoric. And of course, they obviously, I'm sure, blamed it on Donnie and this and it turned out that the guy that actually got into this accident that hit these people with his car was gay himself. And it was actually an accident. So this dude, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, came out and said that this was clearly a terrorist attack before even he, a public official, had the actual facts of the story. And then thousands upon thousands of people were thinking, well, everybody's anti-gay. They were blaming Ron DeSantis, blaming Donnie. And this is exactly how leftist clown sneakers and people that don't wait for the facts to come out get themselves in a trap. And now this clown had to go and apologize on TV because he was wrong. I regret the fact that I said it was a terror attack because we found out that it was not. But I don't regret my feelings, he says. I don't regret that I felt terrorized by someone who plowed through the crowd. That's what the mayor of Fort Lauderdale said. It's like, bro, you regret the fact that you said it, but you don't regret how you felt? What does that even mean? So you felt some way and you don't have that after you just convinced thousands upon thousands of people that their life is in danger, that they're just about to get hit by a car at any corner because you didn't have the facts of the story, and you're going to post that and broadcast that out to all your constituents? And then you're going to apologize for it and then say you're not mad about your feelings? Because it's like, what, dude? It's like, bro, I don't regret. This is a quote. I don't regret that I felt terrorized by someone who plowed through the crowd. It was an accident, bro. It was literally a car accident. I felt terrorized. It's like, bro, it's like, I don't understand, guy. And yes, obviously it's very sad. It's very, very sad. But this guy was 77 years old. His foot fell off the brake. Something got stuck behind the brake, and it was lodged into the accelerator. And that's why the guy was 77 years old, and that's why he struck two people in this parade. A pure and simple accident. Yet people are blaming Ron DeSantis. I saw tweets online that were like, "This is why I won't come to Florida. I will never spend my money in Florida. It's unsafe, and you hate on such and such." It's like, what? This is like literally one of the largest concentrations of gay individuals, publicly, openly gay individuals in the entire United States, probably short of just San Francisco and probably Provincetown. It's like, but this is the type of thing. This is a public official that didn't even take the time to wait for the facts of the story to come out and just start spewing this hatred out into the zeitgeist without actually knowing the facts. And I just wish that more people would be more careful about the things that they choose to broadcast online because of how many people that it's going to hurt because they don't understand the true nature of the case. They don't understand the facts. If we could all just stop reading the headlines and maybe wait a little bit for the facts to come out, the world will be a better place. This happened with Jacob B., who I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get clapped. This has happened in all of these different police cases where they're coming out and reading the headlines. They're reading whatever the mainstream media is stuffing into their news, and they're like, yep, this is what it is. And they don't wait for the facts to come out. People read the headlines, they create the outrage, the emotional damage is done, and then the truth comes out later when nobody pays attention. And unless you were paying attention to this story, unless you were staying tuned into this, you wouldn't even know that it wasn't an attack. You would have to go and seek that information out, which the vast majority of people don't take the time to do. The emotional damage is already done. This is a public official that regrets that he said it, but doesn't regret how he felt. What does that even mean, dog? That doesn't mean anything. That's stupid. It's like, dude, that is dumb. But whatever. People make mistakes. I'm not trying to like rain down blows on the guy, but it's just like, dude, you're a public official, my guy. Maybe don't say that there's clearly a terrorist attack when you have no idea, you clown. But whatever. It's like, you're a public official. Like, take some responsibility. I don't feel bad about how I felt. What the hell does that mean? That's dumb. That's like Juicy Smollett. Juicy Smollett being like, I'm sad that I faked a hate crime, but it was how I felt. It's like, what? It's like, bro, no. But whatever. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. The last thing that I wanted to talk about, and then I'll go to a couple of preguntas or whatever. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Whatever you want. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Canada. I've had a lot of people messaging me about Canada, and holy guacamole, Batman! It's a pretty sad state of affairs in Canada. For anybody that lives in Canada, they can validate this to be the case. But what is occurring right now in Canada is horrendous, and the outrageous rules that they've been enacting on people and the citizens of Canada is tragic to say the least. Because Justin Goober, the total clown sneaker, total cuck, premier, whatever the hell he is, president, I don't even know what to call him. It doesn't matter. You get it. Is just a total psychopath. And basically they have these new rules now. Obviously, for anybody that's not already aware, the rules in Canada for the last however many months have been, if you enter Canada through any port of entry, but through a flight or whatever else, I believe it was flights, any flight gets routed to one of 5 different locations. And if you come into Canada as a Canadian citizen, which was the only people that were allowed actually into Canada, you were forced, even if you got a negative test, you were forced to quarantine. You were forced to take a test at the airport and then go into a government-sanctioned facility and then go home and then quarantine for another 2 weeks. Every single person. And you had to pay for those facilities out of your own pocket to the tune of thousands of dollars, where you were basically a prisoner, even if you got the juice, until the results of your test came back. And if the results of the test came back positive, you went to a government facility where you would have to quarantine for weeks. So now they're relaxing these rules, but it's not going to start. It's not going to start for another 2 weeks, which totally makes sense. And they're going to have different lines at the airport with people that got the juice and people that didn't get the juice, which is amazing. So they're creating, and they have this app. They have a new passport app, which is amazing because they're going to have to use this passport, which is a total threat, as anybody can imagine. But what's amazing about this test is it says if you fake, I had an article about it up before. If you fake the app, or if you put in incorrect information into the app, you can do 6 months in prison or have I believe it was a fine of up to $650,000. Now, on top of that, if that sounds crazy, here's the one that also is crazy. If you are a child under the age of 18 and you're with 2 parents that have gotten the juice, but you have not gotten the juice, every single child resident of Canada has to quarantine at home for 14 days upon entering the country. Every child under the age of 18 has to quarantine at home for 2 weeks when they get back into the country. It is sad. So you got everybody. So you got actual passports. You got actual lower class of people with the juice, people that didn't get the juice at the airports. They're literally separating these people. They're forcing quarantines on people. They're making kids quarantine at home. And you want to know the thing that's so crazy about it? If you go on Google and you just type in Corona clap deaths in the country of Canada, the most recent statistic that I have, I will tell you right now, because it's not what you'd expect. Canada. 20% of the population has already gotten the juice. They said that they're not going to open fully until over 70% of the population has the juice, which is just horrifying. Listen to this. The total deaths in the country of Canada yesterday that are related to the Corona clap, supposedly, allegedly, 22. I'm going to look at the population of the country of Canada right now. The population of Canada has 37.5 million people. 37.5 million people. And 22 people died yesterday, supposedly, of the Corona clap. I would bet the vast majority of them had 2 to 3 pre-existing comorbidities or were over the age of 75 years old. So you got old people that had a high probability they could die from any variety of different things, 22 people, and 37.5 million people need to follow these guidelines for 20 people a day. 20 people a day, 37.5 million people. That's the most insane shit I ever heard in my life. 22 people. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if one person dies in Canada every day, slipping on a banana peel or choking on maple syrup, Jack. I mean, what are we talking about? Or falling into a frozen lake while they're ice skating or something. I don't know what Canadians do. A tree branch fall on your head. I don't know. I'm just saying this is stupid. I'm obviously not making fun of Canada. I'm just saying that is sad. 22 people. Now, conversely, Canadians are like, what did he just say? These are jokes, making jokes at the joke store. Okay. Now, conversely, the state of Florida. Everyone's like, Florida man. And then they're like, yeah, let me go there on vacation. The total amount of deaths yesterday in the state of Florida, the 7-day average is 41 in the state of Florida. The 7-day average, and we know these numbers have been gassed, but whatever. Let's just pretend that they're real. Let's pretend that they're real, okay? The 7-day average daily death rate in the state of Florida is 41, double what the entire country of Canada has. You know how many people are how many residents there are in the state of Florida? The population of Florida is less than 22 million people. Florida population, 21.5 million people. So you got almost half, a little bit less than half. No, a little bit more than half of the residents in the entire country of Canada, the world's second largest country by what the hell is it called? Square mileage. And we have double the amount of deaths. Florida has been open, completely open. No diaper, no passport, no mandate, no nothing since Halloween of last year. Halloween. So you're talking 9 months. You're talking 9 months of time has passed since a state with a little bit more than half the population and still to this day double the supposed daily whatever 7-day average. And these guys are doing passports, diapers, kids out of school, kids suffering, 2 weeks quarantine at home. You know how much money that has to cost parents? And then you got police officers coming to their house to arrest them for having exercise classes in their backyard. This is tragic. Insane. Absolutely insane. Disgusting, really. So, and like, I'm not trying to clap on the residents of Canada, but my friends, Canada, like, what are you doing, Jack? Like, you guys got to start being more vocal. And I know that the people would be on here, or the people that would watch this stream obviously are, but I don't know what's going on up there, but it's pretty scary, Jack. I'm just saying, like, and as a person from the United States, I feel an obligation to speak up about this because, look, the United States leads the world. I don't care what anybody says. We lead the world. We got to set the tone by example. So where I live and where I choose to invest my money is in the state of Florida, the free state of Florida. That's where I live. That's where I've been prospering. That's where I love to be. And Florida is an amazing, beautiful, and wonderful place. And I especially give an extremely high amount of credit to our governor, Ron DeSantis, who is objectively likely the best governor in the entire United States and quite possibly one of the greatest politicians currently in office on the planet of Earth. And I'm honored to be a resident of the state of Florida because this dude actually has some balls. And this dude actually has the quite largest Pen 15 energy of any man on the planet. And I'm not saying that the guy's perfect. I'm not saying I look up to him. He's not a deity. He's not a god. I'm just saying if you got a bunch of Jabrons in there, this guy's doing a hell of a good job. And I'm very appreciative that he is doing that. So big ups to Ron DeSantis, and big downs to all of the clown sneakers that blamed this supposed terror attack that supposedly happened in Florida, which didn't, on him. These people suck. So I think that the moral of this story, the thought, the piece of wisdom that I want to kick into your anus with a steel-toed boot is that what I have been finding in my travels here on the planet of Earth, on this spinning blue rock in the Milky Way galaxy that I don't even know how we got here or what this is. Maybe it's a simulation, whatever. What I have found is that by actually speaking out about things, by actually putting yourself on the other side of potentially inbound hatred, you find a lot of people that think like you do, and you get a lot of admiration and praise and a lot of thank yous and a lot of hugs and a lot of photos from people that see that you're doing what they wish they could do, or you're doing more than they think they do, or that they're just appreciative that you are standing up. If more of us took that energy and put it out there and started speaking up at a more expeditious rate, we would get out of this hellscape a whole lot faster, because what's going on in Canada right now is nothing short of disturbing. And I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. And it's not just Canada. There's many countries around the world that have a ridiculous amount of restrictions. And not even just Canada. It's like big countries like the UK and a variety of other places. And this gigantic global power grab is what is literally setting the stage for the destruction of all of our freedoms and everything that we hold dear. So I just hope that all of us, and I know that you guys understand the severity of the frog in boiling water example, where it's just like, you don't think the water is boiling until you die. And it's like, people don't understand that once you lose your freedoms, you don't get it back. The government doesn't give you it back. You got to start doing something about it. And all the people that have been doing things about it, I applaud those people. And the reason that states like Florida, and the reason that states like Texas, and the reason that states like Tennessee and a variety of others, Alabama, I believe, South Dakota, the reason that these states are open is because enough people made their voices heard. People in Florida just weren't willing to stand with that shit, and they were going nuts about it. And Ron DeSantis luckily represented the people and stood up against it. And I think that there's a very fair thought to consider, to understand that conservative people, and I suppose you could say right-leaning, whatever you want to say, freedom-loving, patriotic Americans are largely responsible for the fact that we're not further deeper into this mess than we are right now. Because people like us that have been voicing our opinions online, that have been making our voices heard, that have been communicating to other people that this is complete bullshit, and pressing on politicians like Rand Paul and a variety of other people that have chosen to stand up, like Ron Paul and a variety of other people. It's those little examples that give people a little bit more confidence when they go forward. People like Ian Smith that kept his gym open when everybody told him not to. People that are taking the brunt of the hatred, that are actually setting the tone for us to preserve our freedom. That's what America is about. Those are the people that I would want to follow into battle. And what we need is a lot more people like that. A lot more people that are talking about it, being about it, sharing those types of content. The least that you could do is share those videos and spread the word, and not let everybody keep pushing all of this garbage and distractions. Oh, look what Demi Glaze Garbato vomited out of her face today. Look, she's doing a live stream with some clown sneaker. Who cares? Like kick rocks, jabroni. Macy Gray wants to find a new flag. Who the hell's Macy Gray? Macy Gray, why don't you pound sand, jabroni? Like maybe shut up. Like, cool, you made a relevant song 10 years ago. Who cares? Like, this is America. That's a disgrace. Oh, we should change the flag to make it more. Let's make the stripes off-white. Shut up. How about we fucking don't? People should be ashamed of themselves. And then you have the T Olympic athlete, the BMX rider T, that said that they want to win first place at the Olympics so they can burn the American flag on the podium on behalf of all American citizens that actually respect our flag. Oh, fuck you. Like, what the hell, man? People are, it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs out there. So whatever. I'm just saying, my message is, I wish that more people would speak up about these things, and the amount of the amount of positive feedback and love and nice comments that I got in St. Louis this weekend for all the people that were like, keep fighting the good fight. And, I appreciate what you're doing and it's needed and I love it, or I laugh at it or whatever else. I'm not that funny. The jokes write themselves. Anybody could do this. We need more people to do it. I'm not doing anything crazy. This mic was $100 on Amazon. This freaking rod was $30. I just attached it to my desk. I had one before that was $30. I clipped it to my thing. I hit go live. Everybody has it on this app. You hit the live button, then you're like, yo, garbage bag, upside down, trash fire, bam, bam, bing, bang, bong. Even if no people are on the stream, post it to your page, get one view. It doesn't matter. People are watching, Jack. It's like, don't be a clam sneaker. Like, turn the camera on yourself and say some shit. You don't feel comfortable, put a mask on, point the camera at the wall, talk. I don't know. But like, share some memes or something. But like, this is not rocket science. Like, this is not expensive. This is not expensive. This is not expensive. Like, it's all here. I don't know. I'm streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube. I use a piece of software called StreamYard. Go to StreamYard.com, connect it to your Facebook, connect it to your YouTube. It costs $20 a month. I'm sure there's other services that are probably free or next to nothing, or just put it on one camera or whatever, or do whatever you want. But it's like, you could very easily do this. It's not that difficult. Other people will appreciate that you're doing it. You can unite and cross-pollinate with those people. They'll post your stuff, you'll post their stuff, and we can all grow together. That's what it's all about. You know how many people have shared my content along this journey? A ton of them. And that's the only reason why I'm able to reach you, is because hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people have reshared my content, posted up to their story, tagged me, done live streams with me, and we've cross-pollinated and found other like-minded people that try to see the world in what we believe to be the truth, that are pro-America, pro-freedom, pro-liberty, pro-personal responsibility, and actually feel like they owe something to this great country that's given them so much. And that's what we do. That's why we do it. And we like to share each other. I wasn't friends with any of these people beforehand, but I'm friends with them now because they understand. And it's like, you could be them just like us. I'm not anything special. Jump on it. I went from 900 followers to 10,000 followers in 2 weeks. I went from 10,000 followers to 20,000 followers in 2 months. And I went from 20,000 followers to 46,000 followers in 10 months time. 10 months, 46,000 people. That's a fucking arena full of people. That's a stadium. That is a professional baseball stadium full of people in 10 months. I'm just saying, it's not about me. I'm not getting 46,000 people on here because I'm so great. The thing that's working is the message. People like the message. It's not about me. It's about the message. It's about America. So if you like America and you think that you could do something, and talk about this shit that's going on in Canada, because that's garbage too. So I'm just saying the whole thing is trash. And that's that. And again, and the other thing too is like, you see it in the like, this is the other thing too. Okay, right? Again, it's like, it's 11:48 at night on a Monday, Eastern time here. There's 75 people watching on this live stream on Instagram. There's 60 people watching on Facebook and YouTube. That's 130 people in just this chat right here. The people that have the hearts on their names, the people that you see that have the hearts on their names, those people jump into these chats. They appreciate what's happening here so much that they take $5 of their hard-earned money and they buy just these little hearts on a stream. And they donate $5, and sometimes people shoot me Venmos, and sometimes people shoot me Cash Apps because they just want to support the cause. And because of it, I'm able to stay independent. I'm able to make more videos. I'm able to perpetuate the message. These people that buy these badges, they buy them on almost every single stream. I see the same people over and over again, and I appreciate them so much. But let that be a lesson that those people are really here supporting just purely with their dollars, throwing $5 at it to help make the message go further. It's like, I have never once done a stream where I've had those badges where not a single badge has sold. Somebody has always thrown a dollar in the jar to contribute to the cause. So it's just like, that's point blank positive. That's point blank positive that people care about this message and are willing to support you. So you should support them. I appreciate everybody that supports me, that helps support the channel. It's like, it's not that difficult. It's like, buy some merch from your favorite creators, buy some of Anomalies merch on at Dream Rare. It's like, go on Flecka, shop Flecka's. That dude makes great content, and support all these creators. And And then the message continues. And most importantly, even beyond that, is like create the content yourself. Have those conversations with people yourself. It's like the way that this stuff changes is by more conversations being had on a day-to-day basis between friends and family members that believe in America, that believe in freedom, that believe in independence, that believe in liberty, that want the world to be a better place, and know that if they don't say anything, that it's going to get worse. If you don't say it, then someone else says it for you. It's like you need to be in control of the message that's being put out there. And if it's not your message, chances are it's a much worse message. So it's like, I don't know, fam. I'm just saying, it's like we need everyone. Like the opposition of this way of thinking, the people that want to destroy America, the people that make us think that everybody is racist because they were born. They're the racist. Oh, I'm a racist because I have white skin. I'm a racist because of something that I had no control over. Like, you're kidding me. So it's just like the pendulum has swung so violently to the left that it's just like, bro, these guys are going nuts and they're taking everything. And these passports and all this other stuff, it's like, I don't know how obvious it's got to get when they're making your children wear diapers at school, where they're indoctrinating kids in every single school across America, from colleges to middle schools to high schools, every single place around. You got countries like Canada getting clapping people that are spreading the truth. You got people like Fauci getting his emails revealed, and then these psychopath supposed journalists have the audacity to come on TV and be like, Fauci claps back. He got goosed. There's no clap backing to do. This guy's a tyrant. This guy's sick in the head. Like, this dude lied to hundreds of millions of people and created hundreds of thousands, if not millions and millions of people that have human suffering, unmeasurable human suffering. And people are over here afraid of this, afraid of getting the clap. It's like, come on, man. All the people that died from suicide, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, domestic abuse, violence, all the people that killed themselves, all the people that didn't get their cancer screenings, all the people that didn't get their tuberculosis screenings, all the people that could have died, that wouldn't have had to die because they could have gotten necessary surgical procedures and any variety of other health measures that would have helped them stay alive. And all of those people are getting clapped right now so that we could send stimmy checks to illegal immigrants that are pouring over the border at a rate never before seen, and collecting free checks and free hotel rooms and free flights and free everything, and then grifting off of the system, taking all the people that are trying to migrate here legally and skipping the line ahead of them, costing us tens of millions, if not billions of dollars, and extracting all of our taxpayer money. Meanwhile, they're goosing the voting system so that these guys can pay for more government handouts. We're getting checks from the government. They're inflating the money supply to a level never before seen. They're inflating the money right out of our pocket, and then they're taxing us, and people are like, yeah, it's fine. And then they're out in the streets protesting people like Donnie. They don't even know what they're protesting about. They don't even understand what they're mad about. They don't even understand that they're literally in the street begging for their own demise. It's just tragic. And it's just like the amount of people that are so woefully uninformed, that are not paying attention, that have no understanding of how the world works and don't understand how to monitor and manage their own life. They don't understand how to manage their own operation, yet those people are the loudest, and those are the people that are weighing in on all of the real significant issues that affect tens of millions, if not billions of people around the world. And we're listening to these loud, blue-haired idiots that are just screaming about stuff that they do not understand. They can barely manage their own emotion. They can barely manage their own life. They can barely manage their own life, yet they're going to come out and yell about all these other things that are going to have ridiculously powerful implications on not only our generation, but many generations to come. Yeah, we're supposed to sit here and take a knee while these people put diapers on our face and muzzle us, tell us where we can't go and who we can't see, and we can't stay healthy, but you can go get a McDonald's cheeseburger and you can go get another shot, and your passport's good for 12 months until it's not, and then you need a booster, and then people get sick, and then then they have heart disease, but it's not because of this, and we don't track that, and then they just lie straight to our face. Oh, these people, they're coming over the border to avoid persecution. No, they're not. You invited them over. They lied about, they goosed us on the selection. Point blank, as obvious it is as the day is long, they lie straight to our face time and time again, and barely anybody even cares. Barely anybody even notices. They got the media in the bag. They got every public politician in the bag. They got all the celebrities in the bag. They got the kids in the bag because they're being indoctrinated from a young age. They got everybody fighting with each other. They're acting like it's about race when 99% of people don't even think about race. It doesn't even cross their mind on a daily basis. Is that because you're white? Because you're white? No, that's not how people think. That's a distraction. It's a pure distraction to pit the people against each other, to distract them from the real truth, from the real stuff that's happening, from the real things that are being stolen right in front of your face but you're not noticing because you're like a squirrel. You're looking to the left, you're looking to the right, and you're being distracted by a bunch of shit that doesn't matter while you're tripping over a dollar to pick up a nickel, and you're completely missing the entire point. They put a dollar on the ground. You trip over the dollar to pick up a nickel, and while you bend over to pick up the nickel, they take your wallet out of your back pocket and inflate the value of your money straight away. And then they goose up all their buddies. They have all the corporations in the bag. All the corporations are colluding together to demonize all of the small business owners, all of the independents. They're going to buy up all the houses. They're going to make you rent forever. They're going to make you beholden to the large corporations. You're not going to own your home. You're not going to have any money. They're going to goose you on the cryptocurrency. Wait till everybody gets in that's fighting the power, that's fighting the big man, whatever. And then they're going to gas you right in and you know who they're going to tell? You know who they're going to tell? All the whales. And all the whales are going to get out right before the music stops. And all, you know who's going to get clapped? All the small investors, all the independent people, all the 20-year-olds, all the 18-year-olds, all the 30-year-olds, all the people that thought that they were fighting the power are going to get blasted, and all their money is going to get destroyed. And the ability for them to take care of themselves and be independent will now be completely gone, making them even more dependent on the government, more angry, more upset, more disenfranchised, more angry at America, which is a perfect combination of things for them to take some super hyper emotional person that has nothing left, and then they're just going to dangle that carrot. Here's a $1,400 check. Here's a free job. You're never going to get fired. Oh, here's free healthcare. Here's a free job. Here's everything for free forever. Then you're dependent. Then you're attached. Then you can never escape. Then your freedom is gone. Then your money is gone. Then every single thing that every single person bled for, died for, worked for, and built over centuries will be completely destroyed, and you'll never get it back. Unless there's a revolution, which is highly probable will be extremely difficult to do with all of the high-grade weapons and all the technology and the ability to crunch all of the communication, and the fact that they figured out how to pit a neighbor against a neighbor to get you to rat out on your own family members, to get you to rat out on the person that lived next door. Billy has 7 people over. Call the police. And then they demonize the police to take the money away from the police and totally make you completely dependent. And then they take away your guns and they take away your protection. They demonize you if you do anything. They create laws that put you in prison. They keep you isolated. They shut you up. They eradicate anybody that actually tells the truth, and then they control you forever. And meanwhile, the biggest threat to it all, the biggest threat aside from it all that no one even cares about is how the money in your wallet that you've been working your entire life for is literally getting evaporated as the days go on. And it's like, yes, Donnie printed money. They're all no good the vast majority of the time. I'm not going to say it's right versus left. What I'm going to say is that the problem is big government. The problem is centralized control. The problem is unregulated power, corrupted power. Individual liberty, freedom, personal responsibility, power to the people, power to the states, power to the local municipalities and cities, smaller government, less bloat, less favoritism, defund politicians. That's the game. That's the solution. And it all starts with us. It all starts with communication. It all starts with personal responsibility. It all starts with taking care of your mind, taking care of your internal, and having small individual conversations with all the people around you. The vast majority of people in the United States do not vote. And I'm not saying that voting is the solution, but it's certainly a start. There's a big thing happening in 2 years. There's a lot of rhinos. There's a lot of clowns. There's a lot of people that are savage, but there's a lot of good people that are trying to make a change. Either be that person or support that person, because without us, we're screwed. That's my thought. So, whatever. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Tickle my bag. I'll answer a couple preguntas before I jump off here. Thanks to everybody that bought the badges. Much appreciated. Thanks. I already said thanks to Chooks Official, Varney R78, Max Public House, Don Marine. Thanks, Jillian Kelly 3, Plant Based Dominican, Happy K17, Leo's the Lion, and Angela B. Fit, who I met in St. Louis. Thank you guys so much for the badges. I really appreciate it. People like Donnie one. So look, that's the message. It's like advice for businesses making us mask or don't do either of those things. Get a different job. Fight. People, it's like don't wait for Donnie. Don't sit and wait for Donnie to come from under the sea in a pineapple to rescue you. You got to rescue yourself. Kathy on Facebook says, I love all you do. My grandson told me to tune in. That's gangster. Thank you, Kathy, on Facebook. That's badass. Apple makes employees wear them. Well, I mean, you know what my answer is to that. So the people that never owned slaves have to pay people that were never slaves, right? That's what they want. Diana on Facebook says, did you see that the governor of Texas is going to finish the border wall and Ron is sending cops from Florida to help protect the border in Texas and Arizona? Yes, I did see that. It's amazing. Kristen said, do you do 75 hard? I have not done that yet, no. Or sorry, hold on. Hold on just a second. Yes, they do want all of us to be mad. That's the truth. Well, unless anybody has any questions, I'll probably sign off. I've been going for like an hour and 20 minutes. First form was awesome. I will. I usually go on here such a long time, and I end up being tired the next day, and it makes me not able to. It makes me not able to get up early enough to make a video tomorrow. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close it here, but I feel like I got a good rip in there. That was a good yell. So I'm going to post this on Facebook and YouTube's and here on the gram. And thank you all for being here. Thank you to everybody that bought the badges. I really appreciate that so much. Thanks to everybody that's been buying merch in the store on bobbysauce.com. I really appreciate that. I saw somebody bought a Chooch mask today, which I thought was hilarious. I saw another order just came in from Bridget, who's in Florida. That's what's up. Big Ron's Kingdom. I appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for the love, and thanks to everybody that I met in St. Louis. It was so amazing seeing actual real people give feedback about what I'm trying to do here. So it's very humbling, and it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Up until this point. Up until this weekend, I've been approached in public, I think about 20 times at a couple different events, and then in DC and kind of like randomly in Florida, about 20 people. And this weekend, I think I probably got approached by probably 50 people. So it went from 20 to 70 in one weekend. And every single person was super nice and very supportive and awesome. And it was so cool meeting people that love what we're doing. And you'd be surprised how many people are out there that are that are pro this message. So I just wish that more people would speak up, and we can keep on keeping on. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. And I will say again, if you don't follow me on Facebook or YouTube, please go follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/BobbySauceLito. If you want to check out the merch, BobbySauce.com. Thanks to everybody that's here. Thanks for everybody that bought the badges. Thanks for being here. And please, I beg of you, if you like what you saw here, if you like the videos, please post it to your story, share it with your friends, DM it to some people, get it cooking and get it going, because those shares and those posts to your story are what makes the message go very, very far. So much love. Thank you guys for being here.